The Tennessee School for the Deaf Vikings make their debut game against the South Haven Christian School Patriots. First time in history for both teams that they've faced off against each other. And what better place to host it than in Springfield at Martin Luther King Jr. Park. It's the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. The Patriots and the Vikings facing off. As we bring you inside the broadcast booth, Spencer Thompson with the sun in the eyes, but ready to go. Glad to have you with us. We are about just 2 months short from the MTAC championship, but an inter-conference game happening here. We start out with the Tennessee School for the Deaf Vikings. They only had about 5 games last year. Everyone knows the story about them canceling their season a few years ago, but of course they are back in the mix with a roster of about 19 players. And especially with Lorenzo Curry, and we saw what he did last year on Thursday night against the Tennessee Heat, so fantastic to see what he's about to do. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they're red hot off of their first win since 2017 with their interdivisional win against the Lighthouse Christian School Lions. It's looking like it's going to be a great game, and with all that South Haven has to bring to the table, it begs the question of how far can this team go? And as I bring in James Shannon, broadcast partner, this is going to be a fantastic game for us, a historical game between the Vikings and the Patriots, first time facing off. Just another sign of them reaching out to face off against teams here in the MTAC, of course, with the travel they have. And what we heard before the game as well, they have a now Nashville campus for their schools, so just a great way for them to segue into this. A great game. It's going to be one heck of a matchup tonight.
Exactly, and it's great to see them being able to go back and forth and compete with each other. Talking a little quieter because the prayer's going on, but just have the opportunity to go back and forth. It's like Andy Mineo said, they're coming in hot, the Patriots. For the Vikings, is a great chance to start the season off and to kind of gauge where they're at and to find out what they're made of. They've got a long conference schedule until they play the Heat to close the year out, so that this is a good chance to really shake the rust off without taking a play.
So the Patriots and the Vikings colliding for the first time in their school's history, and we're proud to be a part of it. Just another one of many firsts that we have the pleasure of doing with the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Got the first 8-man football game in history for Izell Harding, and now we get the first 8-man football game between the South Haven Christian School and Tennessee School for the Deaf. Looking like a great matchup on a Thursday night primetime game.
I love the color matchup. I just had to say that. Had to say that. Of course, Tennessee Heat, Lighthouse Christian also playing tonight over in Mount Juliet. So,
and an onside kick to start off goes to evenly at the 40-yard line.
We'll have updates of that game for you, Spence, or for y'all, not for you.
No
updates for you.
We're in the South. We have the right to say that on broadcast.
No updates for you.
Anyway.
But we will have updates of that game as well as they come in.
Just a fantastic night last Friday against the Lions for Andrew Crawley, the junior quarterback leading the Patriots in what's looking like a decent playoff run. Of course, they've got all their division games to go against, and Emmanuel Dang voted Player of the Week on the right side.
What a move.
About the 25, just cutting out several players. Tackled from the back by Malcolm Williamson, but Dang showing why he was voted the Extreme Player of the Week.
Long time Viking Williamson getting in there and making the stop from behind, like you said. But just a great cut there by Dang, and super historic voting for Player of the Week. Over 850 votes total. So a huge shout out to everyone who participated in that, and congratulations to Manny.
Yeah, that combination of Crawley and Dang is an extremely huge threat, as there is a combination again. Dang diving for the catch, touchdown.
Oh, he got it. Son.
Right on cue, the Patriots get that score.
It's a big throw. That's a grown man throw right there.
And as our camera decides to freeze up on us, we missed that replay. But what a fantastic diving catch in the middle of the field.
That's how you got to set the tone.
So 2-point conversion attempt up the middle, breaks the plane of the goal line.
He didn't stop him before the goal line. But a name we're going to say many times tonight, Lorenzo Curry, the junior, makes the tackle or makes the stop there. Not soon enough, but I'm looking forward to seeing Curry and Ding go back and forth.
Patriots strike first blood only 48 seconds into the game, 8-0. So like we said, the Tennessee Heat and Lighthouse Lions are colliding, and hits off of the foot of the Vikings and recovered by the Patriots at the 35.
Little frustration there from Tennessee, from TSD. I'm just going to call him TSD, but had opportunity to get on top of the ball. Let's see if we got the replay
We
here.
added 5 seconds to the replay so that in case for the longer plays, we've got it for you.
Yep, right off the foot. He was focused on blocking. Just didn't notice that the ball came off his foot. So Patriots right back on offense. No rest for the weary.
So now 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. Patriots right back to it. We won't see the offense for the Vikings just yet, as Crawley hands it up the middle to one of his great teammates.
There's Curry with the tackle again.
Jaden Batson, the sophomore, who we called a lot during their game against the Lions last week. And to the 25-yard line, the Patriots march it right down the field. And time called on the field. Timeout called by the Vikings. 10:50.
Want to regroup a little bit.
The KingdomKingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. It's also sponsored by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, and Clarksville. Let's get Jets. The Allergy Center of Franklin. Visit allergyfranklin.com. And by Joe Graves with I Hate Buying Insurance. Visit IHateBuyingInsurance.com. And run to the right side by Crawley, diving towards the pylon. Touchdown, Southaven.
Got it. Doing it himself. Vikings, Patriots are 2 games in so far, and they just played 6 days ago. So a schedule where they've been able to rest up a little bit. But Vikings coming in cold. And this time they're the Patriots were the ones last week. This week it's the Vikings who need to shake the rust off. They got to get going.
Two-point conversion attempt coming up here.
And I missed it. But it's good. 2-point conversion. Crawley to Batson. It's good.
16-0 already, Patriots on top. The Vikings get the recovery there, just trying to fix our camera issues that we were having. But the Vikings on the kickoff, we will see them on offense for the first time tonight. First offensive play from scrimmage.
Oh, we got him.
We'll get our first penalty of the game.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards. Repeat first down.
Encroachment on the defense.
We figured out the microphone issue, James.
First down.
Maybe.
Figured it out just a little bit.
Maybe.
We may have, who knows. But moved up 5 yards. First and 5.
After one call, I wouldn't say,
First
definitively fixed.
First and 5 in Patriots territory.
Vikings' first offensive play of the season.
And it's a toss on the right side. The catch is made. To the right, that's Lorenzo Curry. Who else for him to get the first down on forward progress on the 31-yard line?
Big job from Jerry Williams, junior quarterback. He's a junior as well who's playing quarterback and has for several years. Just a little screen pass, accurate, dumping it off, just getting those pregame jitters out of the way a little bit.
Vikings trying to get some option going. That's to Carline.
Ball is handed off to number 2.
Gets brought down.
I-
Forward progress at the 38.
I've never seen a hand. I saw them practice that during warm-ups, but, I mean, he faked the handoff about 3 different times, and by the time he actually gave the ball to the ball carrier, you already had 3 defenders in the backfield. I mean, you, as an offensive line, you know, if you're going to run the ball, just give them the ball. Maybe fake it once, maybe twice. But let's get somebody the ball. That way we can start moving and you don't get called for an ineligible man downfield.
Now about 2nd down and 20. Direct snap taken by Williams. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage, 3rd down, and Vikings have a long ways to go.
Yeah, they're a couple good plays to start out there. They were able to get the offside. They actually started out with a jump on everything, but just a couple play calls that didn't quite work out. And you know, I've said it once, I've said it before. They got a lot of rust to get to shake off. Only playing 4 or 5 games. Only playing 4 or 5 games, and oh, got him again.
And
Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
so yet another penalty there on the defense, so at least a little bit more leeway for the Vikings to work with on 3rd and 13. As the clock continues to run. So about 8 minutes left to go in the first.
Got a little more space there, Spence. Let's see what they can pull out on 3rd down. They're going with a spread formation.
There's a deep toss on the right side. Catch is not made. It was intended for Williamson.
Intended target was number 13.
In and out of the hands.
That'll bring up the Vikings. 4th down.
Williamson, the junior, the intended receiver on that play, under the offensive leadership of Jerry Williams, the quarterback. Now a 4th down and 13 for the Vikings to face here. Now you can see a little bit of it on your monitor here, ladies and gentlemen. One of the interesting things that the Patriots have, which going a little bit towards the NFL approach, they've got a tablet on the sideline with real-time film, so they're able to review what's going on and make real-time analysis. And an attempted double reversal doesn't end well to the 38-yard line in Vikings territory. That's where the Patriots are going to start for their next offensive drive. Turnover on downs.
South Haven, great defensive stop. Tennessee's TSD. I keep saying it, wanting to say the full name. I'm just going to say TSD. TSD, you know, a couple play calls that you don't know about, but just like the team has to get back in the swing of things. Same thing for Coach Cooper.
Yeah, Coach Jordan Cooper has been with the program. This is his 3rd year coaching now. And handoff is made. It's over to Houston Williford to the left side. He's got some wide open space. How about a little more yardage? Williford all the way for a touchdown.
Great run. So that's a statement. That's a statement right there.
He will be a Patriot.
You just look at it from the backfield, just immediate handoff, and once he
Just
got the
cut
Jets
it to
on.
Yep.
On.
Found the corner. He was able to turn the corner and take off. It's a big lead for South Haven.
They've already got a 22-point lead. And waiting on the officials to give us word here. Looks like we've got a penalty. The referees are having a discussion here. Looks like there's a potential penalty on the field because they're not, or at least something going on, because they have spotted at the 2-yard line for a 2-point conversion, but the question was if there was a penalty here, and we'll get the call.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. Touchdown good. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So nothing for the Patriots to worry about on that. It's now a Still a 22-0 game, 2-point conversion coming up. Handoff and
No problem there.
And 2-point conversion good, 24-0. The Patriots have the lead early and might be getting out of hand sooner than later. So the penalty is being enforced on the kickoff. So the Patriots will kick it from the 35-yard line in Vikings territory. So an onside kick attempt muffled a little bit, and that's picked up by the senior Tristan Davidson. Manages to get good reaction on the ball there with the onside kick. They've got decent field advantage at about the 34-yard line.
He's one of those leaders for the Vikings that's been around. He went through the whole 2017 canceling the season, came back last year, and he stuck around with them. He didn't bail out on them. Spencer, we got a big MTech North matchup happening in Mount Juliet. You want an update?
Of course.
All right. Tennessee Heat score. Second play of the game. Very next play. First play for Lighthouse. Jamari Teague takes it from his own 32. Lions lead the Heat 8-7.
That's a handoff to Ryan Carlion. Loss of about 3-4 yards on the play. Second down. Vikings just trying to get something going on offense here for their second drive, but already they face a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to get something figured out. You know, Southaven's all over it right now. Pretty big result up there in Mount Juliet, though. Big MTech North matchup.
That's another one of those matches as the ball is loose, picked up by Carlion. Forward progress at about the 30-yard line, so now 3rd down and 11. But in terms of the Heat-Lions game, that game is essentially do or die for Lighthouse if they're trying to get into the postseason.
Oh yeah. Already taken 2 divisional losses. A third would for sure knock them out. If you're the Heat, you only took 1 last week to CCS, so you still got a little bit of wiggle room to grab that 3rd spot. That's why I've advocated it for years. They finally did it, the 16 playoff. You know, yeah, at a 4-team, it's a little bit tighter. You get a little bit better teams maybe, but at a 6-team, you get a little more wiggle room. You got a chance for an upset.
Yeah, especially with only 5 teams in the North. Only 2 of them are going to be watching and going on vacation in late October. And that's ruled a fumble on the pitch, recovered by 80 of the Patriots.
Good play idea, good thought process, but Lopez able to get in there and snatch it.
Yeah, Lopez gets it. And
or not Lopez, rather.
That was called in Stadium Ray Lopez, so managing to get the pitch there, and 1st and 10 on the 24.
Well, Spencer, you know what? I'm not even going to wait. This is only night number 1 of a fun weekend we got planned.
Well, everybody knows what games we're doing already, but we could talk about that in just a little bit, about what preview we've got for tomorrow. 24-0 right now. Patriots trying to get the score up even more. Emmanuel Deng just open there.
What a move.
What another move. How about another juke out, another touchdown for the Patriots?
Post got it. Post got the corner.
The extreme player of the week, and he's just giving more and more proof for why he's always on the nominations, or at least on the nominations more often.
Well, he could be on again this week.
Especially
with a
with
night
those
like
plays.
Tonight. What a move. We're just sitting back and admiring. There's one. Whoop. There's two. Whoop.
You think of ESPN, the guy Boomer
There's
is
three.
whoop.
Whoop. Yeah.
So how about another
25 yards for Dang.
and make that another 6 points on the board. Now another 2-point conversion coming up as time is called on the field. So timeout has been called. I believe timeout called by the Patriots. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. Dr. Sterling Foster. Visit drsterlingfoster.com for all your digestive issues and chiropractic needs. Chuck Miner Homes. Visit chuckminerhomes.com for the best home deals in Middle Tennessee. And by Symmetry Financial Group's Daniel Hoffmeister. Safety for your family. $30 to 0 right now. The Patriots looking to increase the score by 2 more, trying to push through. And
Oh, they stopped them.
just short of the goal line, so 30-0, but another score does put them in place for the potential mercy
Well,
rule.
and they started out having trouble with the snap right off the bat, and that's always going to throw your timing off on everything. Spencer?
We've got a great game tomorrow night as well. I mean, obviously we're looking at a good game for these teams historically, but tomorrow we're going down to Alabama.
The game tomorrow is still historic.
It is. We're going down to Alabama for the first time. We can't say that on the YouTube description, but we are going down to Alabama for the first time.
Ezel Harding, as Spencer likes to put it, the new kids on the block. Living in the 90s.
Hey, they are.
Against Evangel Christian, the defending national champions. The NHSA, the folks that run the national tournament down in Panama City, Florida, Mr. Hank St. Dennis heads that up. Their rankings came out on Sunday. Of course, they've got Evangel at number 1 and Ezel at number 5. So big matchup, in terms of how they've got them ranked, and just between these two teams could really help Ezel kind of establish their name in the 8-man.
Jerry Williams picked up the ball there, got a yard return, took a few seconds off of the clock, and we'll see what the Vikings can get going on offense here, because they're going to need to get a quick response.
They need to they need a good dose. The Patriots need a good dose of Lorenzo Curry. You got to start giving it to your playmaker. And he made some noise against the Heat last year. He made some noise against, I believe they played Mississippi right before the Heat. And all during the offseason, coaches talked about him. But he's someone they need to give him the ball, and they need to just let him start doing his thing. Give him a couple blocks here or there.
The junior leader for the Vikings needs to get some more contact on the ball here, and we'll see if under the coordination of Jordan Cooper that they'll get it done here. So there's a direct snap to Malcolm Williamson. Going on the left side, he's got
what a move.
Managed to juke out Dang there, gets to the 20, about the 15-yard line, and second down and less than 5.
That's what the Vikings need to do here. Just start.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first.
So it looked like there wasn't anything detrimental on that play, but the flag just didn't notice it on the field.
Well, that's what you're going to have when your first game of the year. You're trying to get back in the swing of things, get used to it. You're going to have a couple bumps and bruises, a couple little oopsies. But you got to shake them off. Someone said I couldn't bring that. I couldn't bring a song title into the broadcast, so now they're wrong. You know who you are.
1st and 15.
You owe me a chicken dinner.
1st and 15. And immediately met by the defense as Williamson took the direct snap, was about to pitch it out to one of his teammates who just got
It looks like
down.
Carlisle got up just shy of the 10.
Just shy of the 10, but it'll lead to about a 3rd down and 11. The Vikings still trying to get something going on offense here and just nothing doing.
And for the Patriots, you know, this is a big momentum builder. Big game next week against Christian Community. That one could be for first place in the division.
Yeah, we'll talk about that going into the 3rd quarter, but a big game. How about free is Malcolm Williamson getting it out? That maybe it's the spark that the Vikings needed all the way to the end zone. Touchdown for the Vikings.
What a run by Williamson. He's got some jets. They just needed to give it to the playmakers. Spencer, tell me we got the replay.
It's right here.
We got it.
Just to make something of nothing for the muff snap on there, too.
Get that far side, get that corner, and just bam, gone. Great camera work, by the way.
Sideline warning on the Vikings. Touchdown's good.
So just a penalty there at the edge, but 6 points still on the board for the Vikings. We'll see if they can make the 2-point conversion. Haven't heard any news about them having any field goal kickers, so we'll see them go for a 2 here.
So let's see if we can get this shot without tilting the camera any. Dealing with the window situation that we've got. Oh, he got it.
And 2-point conversion is good with about 4:39 left to go in the first.
That's a 70-yard touchdown run, Spence.
70-yard touchdown run the Vikings get on the board. If you're not already on the Tennessee High School Football app, frankly, what are you doing with your high school football life? Because you would know the scoring update we're about to give you.
All right, listen. Brandon Goolsby hits Carter Sutton. Extra point is good. He lead the Lions 14-8.
And they've got a field goal kicker on their team as well, right? Or was that a 2-point conversion?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say something, but then I was like, well, 14 could be without one. I was like, no, they've got one. Pretty good one, too. I just don't know who it is.
Immediately followed on by Ray Lopez right on the 40. And 1st and 10 for the Patriots at midfield.
Vikings with that touchdown, cutting it back to 2 scores before the mercy rule kicks in. So great job of them. But Malcolm Williamson, the junior, this team is full of juniors that can contribute, guys who their freshman year they didn't even have a team. So really, from their 8th grade year, they had they were on the team with some of the older guys, and then last year, kind of had to get used to it. But they have a chance here to really make some noise, and then a lot of momentum. They could build up a lot of momentum heading into their senior year.
So South Haven called a timeout there. It looked like there was a lot of confusion by the offense. So they have to burn a timeout there in the first quarter, which gives us time to tell you the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by International Fire Protection Incorporated. Life safety is our business.
Yes, sir.
Grow, Live, Give. Visit growlivegive.com. Star Physical Therapy. Your health, our hands choose Star. And by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. 4:39 left to go in the first. The Patriots lead the Vikings 30-8 here at Martin Luther King Jr. Park, Springfield, Tennessee. A handoff up the middle to Lopez. Gets to about the 35-yard line for 2nd down and 5.
Good stop there by that Vikings defense jumping in there.
Number 67.
Guys like Tristan Davidson, Alex Torrell jumping in there. You look at this team, and of course they got three 8th graders, but they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 juniors, and Davidson and Latravius Nolan are the only seniors.
There's another handoff to Williford going to the right side. Gets to about the 19-yard line. Finally brought down by Sean Mold, the junior. And they stop the clock to place the ball, but start it up in just a moment.
Another one of those juniors just showing up, making some noise. Clock's running.
First down.
Clock is winding down. 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. The Patriots driving down again, trying to potentially make this game sooner than later.
I'm good either way. I live 10 minutes away.
Yeah, you live 10 minutes away. It's good for you.
Exactly.
And there's Starnes on the left side.
Oh, tried to make a move and didn't get it.
Brought down by Williams. Williams doing quarterbacking and being in the backfield for the Vikings, as most of the team members are when it comes to 8-man football. 2nd down and 3.
Good numbers, though, for TSD. You know, you look at 2 years ago not even having a program. Last year, I believe, they had 12 guys on the team, maybe 13, so up to about 18 or 19 this year. And could definitely make some noise. Like Coach Cooper said on the show Sunday, you know, they're not playing Georgia anymore. Georgia closed its program, North Carolina. They play all the different schools for the deaf in the South. But Alabama's going to play them, and then they got Florida, so this is a good warm-up.
Ray Lopez to the end zone for another touchdown for the Patriots.
Good 12-yard run there, just finding the corner, finding the crease, and getting through. You're going to see that line right there on the guard pull. Yep, bam, got him. I don't know if that was a pull or a trap. Might have been a trap. But able to get on the inside, clear the lane, and pick up the 6.
Now leading by almost 30 points. Of course, the Vikings got their score there to prevent the mercy rule from being enacted. It's not enacted until after halftime, and the coaches opt into it. But keep
Oh, what a stop.
Big stop there to prevent the 2-point conversion from being made. 36-8.
There's Tristan Davidson, the senior.
Kickoff again. Vikings deep back to receive is Jerry Williams. Picks it up at about the 12-yard line and cuts through. He's cut through all the
there he
defense.
goes.
Trying to stay on his feet. Finally brought down.
There he goes, getting tackled.
It's finally brought down by Alex Martinez.
Great return by Davidson. Able to grab it and just get a little momentum going. Find the left side, and a good stop there by Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez hadn't got the stop there. Likely it would have been another touchdown for the Vikings. You don't see that many kickoff return touchdowns in 8-man football, at least the games that we cover.
Unless your name is Preston Sloan.
And time called by the Vikings. So another timeout with 2:27 left to go in the first. believe we're about to get a detailed update of Lighthouse Heat. We'll get you that after this play. But might be starting to get out of hand over there in.
Oh no, it's just getting started.
It's just getting started.
It's a barn
over in
burner.
Antioch. And there's a tackle down from.
Number 10, Jerry Williams.
So Jerry Williams trying to carry it on the play, and Zeitler brought him down in the backfield.
All right, how about a 17-yard pass touchdown for a touchdown from Lighthouse? We're tied up at 14 in Mount Juliet.
Don't play my son, huh?
Like I said, Spencer, South Haven's got Christian Community next week. That game could be for first place as both teams are still undefeated in the North. And then, Lighthouse has 2 losses. The Heat have 2 losses. So they're more than likely going to be battling for that number 2 seed. Bowling Green, they have beat Lighthouse, and then they took the loss to CCS.
There's a handoff up the middle, woven right through the defense. Jerry Williams to the end zone, touchdown for the Vikings.
Quarterback doing it himself. He said, "Give me the ball, and we're gonna roll."
How much did the defense just not see him on this play?
I don't know. Oh, no, that was a 50-yard touchdown run. More than 50. We're trying for the 2-point here.
Maybe even 55. The sophomore gets the touchdown and just weaves right through.
Vikings kind of getting going. I know South Haven might have a few backups in at this point, but Vikings get up and rolling.
How about that slippery pickle getting through the jar and just weaving through the
All right,
rest
he
of them?
slid right through there.
And down 2-point conversion,
stop.
no good. But 36
Oh,
to
hey.
36 to 14, unless we got 2-point try is no good. I don't see any flags on the play, so 36
They were
to
just
14.
asking how their Labor Day weekend was. Just shooting the breeze. Calm down.
36 to 14, the Vikings are pushing back. Starnes back to receive for the Patriots. The Vikings get a little squib kick going there. Quick pickup by Williford.
Well, he carried a couple dudes for about 5 yards there.
Gets down to the 37-yard line in Vikings territory. The Patriots trying to get another score.
Oh, boy, Spencer. Lighthouse takes the lead. Waiting on the word for about the 2-point conversion. But Lighthouse, if the 2-point conversion's good, they'll go up 22-14.
Again, one of those games that when the Lions and Heat face off, they love to keep it very close, especially out in Antioch.
They have some great matchups.
And especially with the Lions with their back against the wall for the playoff seeding, it's even more impactful, even more motivation for them.
Good stop by Davidson there.
The senior
Crawley
getting
tried
stopped.
Crawley tried the quick sneak up the middle, and Davidson sniffed it right out.
Davidson, only one of 2 seniors on the team for the Vikings, trying to lead them to a better record season. Of course, we were talking with Coach Cooper before the game. He's only got there are only 6 teams now in the
Mason-Dixon Conference.
So only 6 teams with Mississippi and Georgia schools for the deaf dropping out.
No, it was North Carolina and Georgia.
North Carolina,
Mississippi
and
still in. Mississippi, Florida, Alabama.
Dead ball. False start. The offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Yeah, so you got Mississippi.
5-yard penalty. Story remaining. Second down.
So you got Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, and Tennessee that are active. Well, and Louisiana has football, but they don't play in the Mason-Dixon.
I don't even think it's 8-man for him as run up the middle.
Ball was handled number 34, Houston Williford.
That's
Now by host of Vikings.
looks like it was Houston Williford who ran it up the middle, and it's now third down as the clock continues to run. 20 seconds left. So about third down and 3. And their teams are just going to let it wind down. End of the first quarter, 36-14. Not a complete blowout. The Vikings trying to keep it close for their first game in school history against the Patriots. You're watching the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. So we're going to – so the scoreboard is out in stadium. They are just going to keep the score on the field. We'll keep it on our end as well. Stop it down there, and a few seconds taken off the clock. Clock winding down for fourth down and 4.
Good stop there by the Vikings. They're, like I said, South Haven has some backups in, kind of trying to cycle some guys through, but well, not all the backups in, man. Oh, nope, Ding is on the sidelines. They've got some backups.
So now about fourth down and 5. And flags on the field.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat fourth down.
So false start there and in back for fourth down and 11.
Spencer, the Lions have scored again over in Mount Juliet. 2-point conversion is no good, though. They lead 20-14 over the Heat. Big MTAC North matchup.
4th and 11. Patriots trying to convert here. It's a deep pass left side, overthrew his target. That was royalty trying to make the pass intended for his teammate Batson.
And they've got nothing to lose right now at this point. I mean, they're up 36-14. They can afford to take a couple shots.
So now, per our clock up here, we've got 11:07 left on.
Spencer, you're just going to have to keep a good job of keeping the clock.
I'm going to do what I can. Because right now the scoreboard having a malfunction in stadiums, but they are keeping it on the field just to be safe.
Very lively press box.
Yeah, one of the most lively press boxes we've ever been a part of. About 11:07 left to go, 36-14. Here's a toss on the right side, incomplete.
Almost. Just a little high on the bubble screen. Couldn't haul it in.
That'll bring up a Vikings. Second down.
But good job on the Vikings. You got to take some shots. You got to take some chances. And, you know, you got to give it a shot. And that's what they're doing right now.
Now second down and 10 as the Vikings, they are down by 22 points, trying to make it back here as we get closer and closer to the end of the first half.
Well, so far between Jerry Williams and Malcolm Williamson, they're keeping the mercy rule away.
And how about the defense keeping the Vikings away from the line of scrimmage?
No, I
down
see
and
what
15.
you did there, Spence.
Leading tacklers number 19.
I see what you did there.
A Vikings. Third down.
Now about third down and 13, 10:25 left to go in the second.
Spencer, I'm looking forward to seeing Tennessee School for the Deaf play more intact teams. Of course, on at the end of the year, Tennessee Heat are going to make the return trip up to them, with the Vikings making the trip last year. And you know, they could make an effort to be at the scheduling meeting at the beginning of the year if anybody can find out when that is, and be allowed to go to it. But you could get in there and try to get some games scheduled.
Yeah, any member schools are allowed to go to that incomplete pass.
Pass is incomplete.
Time is called on the field.
Leading to the target was number 19. Gage Conjure for the Vikings. That'll bring up.
So now fourth down.
I could look forward to more Vikings. You know, Vikings Eagles, Vikings Lions. Couple more matchups with some notable names. Of course, the strangest name we had, the Feet. They're now in the TSSAA. Took a huge loss to Donaldson Christian DCA Friday night, but little trial by fire.
Who do they got this week?
That's a good question, Spencer.
Probably get that in a second. But fourth down and 15, the Vikings trying to
Looks like they're going to punt it
past
away.
here. They'll just punt it away and heading to about the 21-yard line. It's muffed by Ding. Going to the outside and stays in bounds. How about that move for him to stay on his feet? He's got to the other side of the field. Dang with the stiff arm. Can this man be stopped? Weaving through a third guy. How about four? And Emmanuel Dang is going all the way for a touchdown.
Good night in the morning. And we're going to have a flag on the backside of the return.
Let's hope it's not against South Haven. Otherwise, that's one amazing return from Emmanuel Dang.
Well, even with a flag, it's still an amazing return, but it just erases that amazing return.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the spot. Still first down.
So holding against the offense.
Say it's not so.
That says against the offense, so I'm guessing they're calling that on South
It's
Haven.
on South Haven, yeah.
Holding on the Patriots.
Well, it makes no sense on the Vikings. But, yeah, I mean, just still a great return by Ding. You can't take away anything from the return.
Yes,
except yardage.
We got about 10 minutes left to go in the second with that return. So the penalty brings it back to the 21-yard line is where actually they spotted at the 22-yard line. So just outside of the red zone, Patriots going to try and get another score in. Spence,
how about the barn burner in Mount Juliet? Tennessee Heat score another touchdown. Extra point is good. Their kickers made 3 of 3 on PATs. They lead 21-20, 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
There's a handoff up the middle.
Oh, Davidson. That's a grown man tackle right there.
Gain of about 6 yards on the play for 2nd and 4.
It's a tackle that looks like a grown man would have done it. Looked like a tackle you'd see in the NFL by grown men. Matter of fact, speaking of the NFL,
the good news is the scoreboard is back up.
Hey! And it's off by a little bit. Good stop. Say, was that Davidson? That's Davidson again. Senior making a little noise.
Now a 3rd down and 6. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a potential call up to the booth to make sure that everybody's got the clock on the same page.
All right, Spencer, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Chicago leads Green Bay 3-0.
I thought we weren't updating people.
I'm
on
keeping
11
up with it.
stuff.
My
Your
fantasy football
team,
opponent
Yep, that's what it ultimately
has
comes
the
down
Bears
to.
running back and the Packers kicker. So
That's always what it comes down to.
gotta
Rush
keep
up
up
the
with
middle.
it. He
gain
didn't
of
get it.
about 2 yards in the play, not a first down. So 4th down
That's
and
gonna be
2.
4th. How about that? Let's bring out that field goal kicker.
Ball's held to number 19.
Oh, never mind.
Torto.
Well, that got awkward.
And bring up a Patriots 4th down.
Let's see if they can convert here. If you're the Vikings and you can get the ball back here, a score would bring you back down to 2, and there's still 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Patriots inside the red zone facing a 4th and 4. There's time called. And several whistles. It might be an official's timeout to adjust the game clock. We'll get the call.
Please reset the play clock to 6:50. 6:50.
So, yep. Just
6-5-0 in the second quarter.
So 6:50 in the second quarter. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is brought to you by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, and Clarksville. Let's get Jets. The Allergy Center of Franklin. Visit allergyfranklin.com. And Joe Graves with I Hate Buying Insurance. Visit ihatebuyinginsurance.com. So about 6:50. 6:50. And another timeout called by the Vikings. So that matchup. So let's go ahead and we can take this time to look a little bit at the helmet schedule because we do have a divisional matchup going. But
real quick,
oh boy,
Webb
another update.
School will host Grace Baptist Academy in their second 11-man football game. Grace Baptist out of Chattanooga area. Of course, Webb playing in Division II Single A. I want to see how Grace Baptist did last year real fast. 7-4-1. So a good season for the Golden Eagles. Webb's got a lot on their hands on tomorrow night.
So you look at the helmet schedule, and you look at the teams that we are broadcasting tonight. We'll start first with the visiting team, the Vikings. Of course, they've got a stretch of 7 games in a row. After this game, they have the South Carolina School for the Deaf and Blind on a Thursday. And then they travel down to Alabama, host Mississippi, then travel again to South Carolina. Their game against the Florida School for the Deaf and Blind is on a Saturday, the week of fall break.
Their worst travel, though, this year is probably just the trip to Mobile, Alabama to play Alabama.
It's a long
he
ways
stopped
away.
him.
And stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Nothing
the
doing.
Vikings get a stop and a turnover on downs. Vikings will take it over.
Vikings put up that big old skull wall. And they're going to have it. Looks like big old number 99 Alex Torrell, the sophomore, able to stuff up that the middle of that line.
And as for South Haven, you already mentioned and alluded to it several times, but the next 3 games for South Haven, they have to win out if they want to take number 1 seed in the playoffs because they've got here hosting at home, they've got the Colts defending conference champions.
No, that's in White House.
That's in White House where they head to the host of the 2018 MTAC Championship. And then they host Bowling Green bye week and then travel to Mount Juliet for the Tennessee Heat.
Is that a Friday? That's a Friday night game. Little Friday night lights. But yeah, you gotta win those 3 and take first. If you do that, you can take first place. It's very doable for the Patriots.
Especially with the way we've seen all those teams play thus far. The only one we haven't had a chance to see is the Bowling Green Warriors, but we may see them pretty soon.
And it may be, but, you know, for South Haven, they're definitely going to want to get some footage of this game from tonight between the Heat and the Lions, just a close back and forth. Last thing we heard, 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Heat led the Lions 21-20.
Now it's 2nd and 10 for the Vikings that they have to face. The major benefit we've, of course, seen with the Patriots, their offense speaks for itself, but their defense has always been a major focus, and that's because their head coach is the defensive coordinator. As a muffed snap and loose, the Patriots recover it.
Jerry Williams couldn't jump on it quick enough. Rye Carlion tried to, just couldn't get it.
And it was just a slide in by the Patriots. That was recovered by, looked like Elijah Ashley. That's the sophomore got the recovery on there, and the Patriots have new life to get a score.
I think it's 33, Spence. That'd have been Ray Lopez.
It would have been Houston Williford.
No, Houston Williford, rather.
Regardless, the Patriots got it recovered for 1st and goal on about the 4-yard line. Amazing field advantage, and probably going to pop one in quick.
They gave him the touchdown. It was a touchdown.
Is that a touchdown for that?
They gave it to him.
It was in the back of the end zone, so touchdown Patriots.
Recovery was in the end zone, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was not that close. Okay, all right.
So Houston Williford, big fumble recovery for South Haven. See if they can get the 2-point conversion here and go up by 30 once again. TSD's kind of kept up with them back and forth.
And it looks like the Patriots are going to try a field goal here. They'll put their trust in Alex Martinez, the junior, and looks like the placeholder is,
It's probably Crawley.
looks like it's Crawley. And
Nope.
low. He's not getting any lift under his foot on that, but 42-14 the score with 6:24 left to go in the second. The Patriots get another score on the board. .6:24 left to go before halftime. The Star Physical Therapy halftime report coming up in just a moment. And picked up by Williamson.
Nice hit.
Immediately met by the Patriots. Good sportsmanship by Dang to bring him back up to his feet.
So the Vikings. And bring up a Vikings.
See if the Vikings can get anything going as Crawley heads out on defense.
South Haven, more than likely, they'll start cycling some boys through. But Spencer, a little news out of Mount Juliet. Brandon Goolsby helped off the field. Looks like an ankle issue. Of course, starting quarterback for the Heat. But then Lighthouse, quarterback keeper from Aiden Hooper for 14 yards. They score. 2-point conversion's good. Lighthouse leads the Heat 28-21. 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Aiden Hooper is one of the major reasons for Lighthouse to stay in the chase for the playoffs. And at least to stay in the hunt in many of their games that they've had, especially what we saw last week, how they played against South Haven. And we'll get the call.
Dead ball. Ball star. The offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
On the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still remaining. First down.
Spencer, I'm looking forward to that matchup tomorrow night, but a couple other matchups happening across the league as well. You've got
lot of good
Franklin Christian Academy traveling to Christian Community.
Rematch of the 2017 semifinal.
Exactly. You've got Riverside Christian hosting the Freedom Cowboys. You got Lancaster Christian hosting St. Andrews Swanee.
Just a lot of great games to look forward to.
Quick move, but Torrell jumped.
Another flag on the play.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still remaining. First down.
So now 1st and 20 after 2 false starts called on the Vikings. It's one of the amazing things anybody can see whenever the Vikings are on the field is that of course their cues, because of them being from Tennessee School for the Deaf, their cues are mostly hand signals for getting their plays started. There's a handoff to the left. Jerry Williams.
Ball's handoff number 10.
It's a good run.
Gain of 9 yards on the play for that run. If they hadn't gotten the false start penalties, they'd be close to a first down.
Yeah, that pretty much made up for those penalties, though. Just getting back in the mix.
Second down.
So now 2nd down and 11. You know, we talked about it on the show on Sunday, but of course not a huge amount of fans for the Vikings made the travel out here to Springfield from Knoxville. Looks like they've got some crowd members.
Well, most of the parents and the fans would have come from around the state. I know that, like you said, they just opened a school here in Nashville, but a lot of kids are from Nashville. Some kids from Jackson and Memphis. Looks like we'll get an encroachment here.
Yes, penalty after penalty. Our ref's getting a lot of mic time.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Encroachment on the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still remaining. 2nd down.
But, yeah, a lot of parents and families from Jackson and Memphis, a couple here from Nashville. I mean, just all over the place. And they head to Knoxville, of course. Good-sized school.
One of the many great organizations we get to cover through what we do, as direct snap to Malcolm Williamson. And again, we haven't been seeing that much of a Lorenzo Curry. The amount of skill he had against the Tennessee Heat last year in the Thursday night game, it begs the question of why they're not giving him the ball.
You got to wonder what's going on. Coach Cooper said that they've been playing football since 1892?
That's how long
1892.
yeah,
It was in the 1890s. I mean, like the early days of football. But, you know, back when Tennessee would have started playing. I know Swanee was playing back then, Vandy.
It's now 3rd down and 4. Another direct snap. Williams gaining about 2, but not enough to get the first down. So the Vikings face another 4th down, and they'll likely send out the punt team.
No, I don't think they will. 4th and 2, nah. I think you go for it.
They might take the risk.
I think they go for it. You don't sit in the huddle this long to punt the ball away. No way. Wow. Goolsby right back in the game after heading off with an injury. We'll give you an update real quick.
4th down for the Vikings. They are going to go for a deep toss on the right side, intended for Williamson, just between his hands.
I think, you know, honestly, I think even South Haven fans wanted him to catch that ball just to see something happen.
Just to
something
see
really go the Vikings' way. Extra point is good, but you had a touchdown pass. Brandon Goolsby headed right back onto the field, and he hit Carter Sutton for 25 yards. We got a tie ball game at 28. 5 minutes to go in the first half in Mount Juliet.
They're keeping it close. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, sponsored by Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. Dr. Sterling Foster. Visit drsterlingfoster.com for all your digestive issues and chiropractic needs. Chuck Miner Homes. Visit chuckminerhomes.com for the best home deals in Middle Tennessee. And by Symmetry Financial Group's Daniel Hoffmeister, safety for your family. Perfect timing as play starts, and we'll get the call.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Now, after about 10 penalty calls, I think it's fair to say we figured it out.
I think so. There's
keep
gonna be
it in.
there's gonna be a lot of dirty laundry on the field. That's for sure.
Getting a good amount of mic time for sure. Probably feels like he's on Sunday Night Football.
Well,
right
I
now.
asked him when I handed the mic. I said, "You want to become a YouTube star tonight?" And he's doing it.
Of course, big thanks, of course, to Ronnie Perkins and all of his officiating crews for working with us for the past season and going into this season. Big play made.
I don't know who had the bigger hit, the offense or the defense.
And that was the Vikings' Sean Mold to get the hit on the Patriots. Now 2nd down and 15.
It's a big stop.
Correction number 67, Tristan Davidson for the Vikings.
So now about 2.5 minutes and winding down left to go here before we reach halftime. Again, coming up on the Star Physical Therapy halftime report, we'll talk about not just the scores over in Antioch, but we'll talk about what we've seen from this game. Here's some big movement from Nathan Starnes to the right side. Nathan Starnes getting loose, heading to the end zone, just short at about the 3-yard line. But Nathan Starnes had such a big run. It's one of our replay moments.
Big tackle there by Cam Boyd, one of the juniors.
The result of the run.
But a great run from Starnes.
It will be a Patriot.
Managed to avoid that tackle
reversing
from
the
Carly.
field. Completely reversed the field. And just over 2 minutes to go. Let's see what South Haven's got in the tank.
Now about 2 minutes left to go before halftime. 1st and goal on the 5. The Patriots have the chance to go into the second half with the mercy rule enacted. We're, of course, going to see how it goes down from here. So run up the middle, end zone, touchdown, Patriots.
Just adding to the lead. They could hit the 50-point mark, which they have not done.
It will be a Patriot.
So Sordo with the touchdown and make that another 6 points.
It's a big run. Big
And
lead, too, and they're going to try that extra point again. Martinez kicking and Crawley spotting.
At least looking up from our perspective, he gets some lift under that ball. That looked like he was just driving his foot into the ground.
That's a beautiful shot right there to get that extra point, Spence. Right there.
If he can just get some air under it. Did you get it?
And,
It's good.
got him.
So now 35-point lead, 49-14. So they get it back to where it's as if they scored a PAT after every touchdown. Exactly. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by International Fire Protection Incorporated. Life safety is our business.
Yes, sir.
Grow, Live, Give. Visit growlivegive.com. Star Physical Therapy. Your health, our hands. Choose Star. And by Kingdom.com, ministry technology provider. Kickoff here for the Patriots, and through the hands and back into Williamson. Williamson to the left, trying to get something going here. Gets a good return to about the 33-yard line, and the Vikings have 1:40 to work with.
A lot of sportsmanship between these two teams, and I really, really like that. He had a little bit of a dust-up after one of the touchdowns, but good sportsmanship between the two. That's what you like to see.
It's very rare that you see non-sportsmanship with the Patriots. Maybe a little bit in the intensity of the MTAC championship in 2017 just because of how high stakes it was, but the Patriots, always a class act program as well for the Tennessee School for the Deaf. Both teams knowing how to channel their emotions. Shovel pass out to the left to Carlian. And gain of about 6-7 yards on the play for second down.
Got out of bounds, too, and stopped the clock. Spencer, there's 3 football games going on tonight. This one, big MTAC North matchup, and a big NFC North matchup.
You're giving people an update on that NFL game already, aren't you?
Packers lead the Bears 7-3. Oh, I bet my opponent's mad. He started he started the Dallas defense over Chicago. Chicago defense is doing pretty good. Although he's only beating me 2-0. I was supposed to lose by 20 points. Just in case anybody cares about my fantasy football
60
situation.
seconds left. Carlian is getting to the outside, managing to avoid the South Haven players, headed to the edge.
Post.
And I believe they stopped the clock at the 15-yard line. 52 seconds left. And the Vikings are in the red zone and looking close to scoring.
They're in the pinnacle scoring zone. That's Mr. Mike Keith, you'd like to say.
Yes, but he can only say that because Pinnacle sponsors the scoring.
All right, well, shout out. Hey, Pinnacle.
You can email us if you want.
8Man Extreme. 8manextreme@gmail.com. You can find all of our emails on 8manextreme.com.
Specifically mine, sthompson at 8manextreme.com for sponsorship inquiries. But
exactly. You can
regardless,
find updated scores, stats.
Regardless,
everything you can't find on other websites.
Regardless, about 20 seconds left for the end of the half. I believe the Vikings are out of timeouts.
Yes, they are, and that's going to do it.
So I believe they're just
for the first half.
Halftime. And 49-14 the score at the end of the first half. So no,
that's going to do it for the first half.
Vikings. 49-14. We'll be right back for the Star Physical Therapy halftime report. That's the scoreboard. End of 24 minutes, and the Patriots are looking to enact the mercy rule. We'll be right back for the halftime report. Welcome, everybody, to the Star Physical Therapy halftime report. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth. I'm Spencer Thompson alongside James Shannon. 49-14 with about 12 minutes until we start the second half. The Patriots have just dominated this entire first half, but the Vikings have kept it up to the last point. They've kept it from being a mercy rule, but now they have the option to enact that because it's 49-14. But what is it that the Vikings have been doing right to at least somewhat stay in the mix?
Well, you got Malcolm Williamson and Jerry Williams. Just definitely, it's been the Williamson situation. 2 big touchdown runs to kind of keep them in the game. But, you got to wonder at what point does Lorenzo Curry start getting the ball, start getting more activity. Clearly, in my opinion, maybe one of the best players on the team. I don't know, first time seeing them. But he's got to get the ball more. You've got to get him some more touches and just start, chipping away at that lead. That's all you got to do, just chip away at it.
It's been fantastic for them. But as for the Patriots, they are hot off of their first win since 2017 from last week. Looking to go for their win, too. It's important for them to get this W going against Christian Community on the road next week.
It is. And, if you're South Haven right now, this is prime opportunity to get some playing time for your, we like to call it garbage time, but this is prime opportunity to get some playing experience for some of your younger guys that may not get to start the games. You're up by 35 points. Just start, get those backups in, get them some reps. Even if the Vikings score, it helps their confidence and their kind of their mojo and helps them get back on track. But it also gives your young guys some experience. So that's what they need to do.
Halftime is going to be over in about 10 minutes. Thanks for tuning in for the Star Physical Therapy Halftime Report. We'll be back for the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week in about 10 minutes. Welcome to the second half of the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. 49-14, the Patriots leading over the Vikings.
Great catch.
Great catch for the return
Good
to
return.
about the 37-yard line. Spencer Thompson and James Shannon proud to bring you Week 5.
At the half in Mount Juliet, just a quick update for y'all. In case you haven't downloaded the Tennessee High School Football app, which if that's the case, what are you doing? But game is tied at 28 at the half.
You're stealing my phrase.
Where's the guy in the way?
My phrase. The clock is continuing to run. The clock is running for the mercy rule as given by the
That's
officials,
right
so
on the mercy rule too.
That's right, at exactly 35 points. But as I was saying, Spencer Thompson and James Shannon bringing you Week 5 action of the 8-man football season around the Southeast, particularly Tennessee and Kentucky. We are, after this game, we are technically halfway through the 8-man football season.
Crazy. That's crazy.
We're already halfway through, and as I said at the start of the broadcast, we're about just under 2 months away from the 2019 MTAC Championship as well, which the lead up to it is going to be special with the 16th
Well, the lead up
playoff.
to it would be more special if we knew where it was at.
Early word, so obviously the backup host is Ezel Harding.
Which is a great decision.
great decision, but
Fantastic decision.
the early word in conversations we've had with board members is Bethel University. That's the early word. No confirmation on that, of course, but that's the early word. It's just like last year, the early word was University of the South, but nothing officially confirmed. And toss almost intercepted. The referee made the catch there. The referee made the good catch there. So now about 3rd down and 10. But yeah, that is the early word, James. If it's going to be hosted at Bethel University, that'll be a historic year for the MTAC conference to have for the first time their championship not hosted at a member school, but hosted at a college campus, similar to what the TSSAA does and similar to what other conferences do around the nation, where they have a college host their championship game.
We'll see. You know which game's going to be bigger. It's the 2019 Extreme All-Star Game, November 16th.
It's not going to be bigger than a conference championship.
Weekend is November
gonna be
14th
great.
through the 16th.
Yeah, we'll be coordinating that again. Good catch,
catch.
deep. And how about a replay on that one?
I think some South Haven fans are excited about that catch.
Malcolm Williamson and the Vikings fans just arrived a little bit after halftime, of course, having to travel through Knoxville. Perfect timing for them to show up on that play.
Hey, that's a great introduction to the game there. But Williamson over the top. Jerry Williams putting it right where only Williamson can grab it.
He's the only one who could have got
a
the
penalty
catch there.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer on the defense.
So roughing the passer.
Wow.
So that completely negates the big pass, and
No, it adds to it.
it adds to it with the whole roughing the passer.
Yeah, it adds to it, Spence.
That adds to it. So 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. That's the first instance I've seen where a roughing a passer penalty is included in addition to the result of a play. It's the first time I've seen that, but you learn something new every day. There's a run up the left side, touchdown for the Vikings. The mercy rule is ceased. Jerry Williams up the middle.
South Haven with, like I said before, at the half, a lot of backups in the game for South Haven, trying to get a little bit of experience. And for the Vikings, you know, it kind of boosts their confidence a little bit, being able to make some plays.
Now it stops. So it's only 25.
So now 49-20, a 2-point conversion coming up here. So the Vikings stop the mercy rule.
So it doesn't keep going even though it's under the mercy rule?
35 is the mercy rule.
A great job from Williams getting that, getting the ball on the keeper. Let's see what they can get there.
So here's the 2-point conversion attempt. Right side incomplete. So now 49-20. So the mercy rule is stopped. The Vikings get a little bit closer to making it back against the Patriots. So onside kick there and
Almost.
almost picked up by the Vikings.
Well, let's see who comes out of the pile with it.
And it looks like South Haven got it. First and 10 for the Patriots.
A couple guys failing to grab it for South Haven. TSD right on it. Didn't quite recover it, but able to snag it
It will be the Patriots.
are the Patriots. And so 8:23 to go. I don't know if the clock. Yep, it's 8:23. Clock off just a little bit. Need a third man in the booth. You can DM us on our social media, 8minutestream@gmail.com. You could send us an email if you want to get involved.
Anyway, for anyone who wants to get involved, I know there's some people who reached out to me recently, waiting for that phone call, my friend. To the 35-yard line, gain of about 7 yards on the play for 2nd and 3. The big gain, it looked like the big gain there by Matthew Royalty, this freshman, getting some reps in.
Well, and you've got to start working on your backup quarterback now. You still have Crawley next year as a senior, but after that, the Patriots had a situation where they kind of had a quarterback each year, and then they were expecting Kobe Rojo to come back for senior. He didn't. It kind of threw Crawley in the fire last year.
Speaking about pushing through the fire, it's a first down and a little bit more for the Patriots, but did the Vikings strip it? The Vikings stripped the ball. Let me get the replay on that. It looks like Malcolm Williamson stripped it. The close one there as soon as this replay loads up, but it looks like the Vikings may have the ball.
Looking on the left side, up near the top, Williamson ripped it out.
But there is a penalty flag.
Let's get the call.
We had play. White recovered. We had personal foul, face mask on the defense. First down, Vikings.
So the Vikings did get the recovery on there. It was stripped out and just a penalty added on the end. A lucky break for the Tennessee School for the Deaf.
South Haven now taking a face mask and a roughing the passer. Just got to tap the brakes a little bit. You've got guys in there right now who are not as experienced, and so this is a good chance for them to kind of get some working, get some on-the-job experience rather, not so much in practice.
Now new life as it's picked up.
I've never seen a play like that.
Malcolm Williamson.
You throw the ball
it,
past the
going
line of
backwards.
scrimmage and then he came back. I've never seen that before.
There's always a first for everything, especially in 8-man football.
Obviously.
But that first doesn't help him out there. It's now 2nd and 20 plus.
Let's see if we can't get this a little straighter there, Spencer. It's going to shake just for a second. There we go.
Again, you get to see the production side
Boom.
in here of all the lucky production things that we're doing behind the scenes. You get to hear that during the game. So for those of you enthusiasts who like to know what we do broadcasting-wise, you get to hear it. Toss, right side, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
So much momentum potential.
Believe the intended target was number 20.
Nothing doing there. Third down. If you're the Vikings, you got third down, about a quarter of the field to go. You got to get up and running, get it going.
This is only our second time at Martin Luther King Jr. Park since 2017. And I'm not sure if you remember, James, but that time we did that divisional game between the Lions and the Patriots.
Last week?
No, 2017,
Oh,
because we
okay.
were here last week. But the last time we were here, that was when I believe it was Emmanuel Dang. It was either him or Xavier Vincent who had
It's probably Xavier.
the punt return touchdown.
It was
where-
Xavier.
Yeah, that line
Manny
drive punt.
hadn't really busted on the scene yet.
Speaking of busting on the scene, here's Lorenzo Curry. Right side gets stopped out of bounds. Finally getting some reps on the ball, but it may be too late for him on that. It's now
Well,
4th down.
right here, fourth down. I think you go for it, and I think you give it to your Curry. I think you serve South Haven a little serving of Curry and see what he can do with it.
Why did I know you were going to make some sort of joke like that?
Listen, when you got names like Curry and Price, you got to roll with it. You got to go with it. My dad. My dad.
Yeah, we know.
I don't
Philly-
personally like Curry, but
I-
how that's related to the game, I don't know. But at this point,
We
It's
know
a
you
dad
don't. We know you don't like spicy stuff that much. We learned that from
oh, that's rough.
Number
That's
the
rough.
turnover on downs. Forward progress stopped at the 25-yard line, so the Patriots take it over.
So much promise on the drive that the Vikings could have had, and just nothing.
Speaking of promise, there's a lot of promise for it to be getting right down to the wire between the Lions and the Heat. What's our latest update
Third
on
quarter,
that?
it's still tied at 28. It's a good one going on right now.
And again, the Lions with their backs against the wall trying to get into the postseason after being ineligible last year. But the Tennessee Heat trying to push along, and I believe if they win that game, they of course lost to Christian Community. They win that game, they at least puts them at 1-1, so you have a decent chance of getting into the postseason with one more win. And timeout called by the Vikings. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, Modern Medicine the old-fashioned way, by Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, and Clarksville. Let's get Jets. By the Allergy Center of Franklin. Visit allergyfranklin.com. And by Joe Graves with I Hate Buying Insurance. Visit IHateBuyingInsurance.com. So the Patriots take over on downs, and there's to the right side, staying in bounds for a first and goal. Isaac Taylor with the big play.
Nice job on the option. Wait until the last second. Bam, got him. Able to turn the corner. It's good stuff.
So now about 5:35 left to go in the third. As they immediately stop the clock, there's Malcolm Williamson looks like he was down in the field, and we got another. It looks like we've got Jaden Batson clenching his left knee. Looks like
They might not have gotten that Vlasic out here, Spencer. Don't do it. Fight it. Fight it, Spence.
You keep mentioning Vlasic, and I have to mention it every
Fight
time.
it. Fight
That's
it.
how a crunch
Don't.
should
No, man. Come on.
So injury time out on the field, 49-20, Patriots leading over the Vikings. .529 left to go in the third. Patriots trying to get another score
what a stop.
Brought down to about the 2-yard line.
Sean Mold with the tackle. Speaking of stops, guess what didn't happen to Mount Juliet? Brandon Goolsby, Carter Sutton, 34-yard touchdown pass, extra point hit the crossbar, but the Heat lead the Lions 34-28 in the third quarter.
one of the most unlucky things you can have as a PAT kicker is hit the crossbar.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. Lions playing some close games. Of course, dropping the one to South Haven last week, dropped the one to Bowling Green the week before. But, I mean, they've proven that they're here. They're gonna make some noise.
Lighthouse takes the loss. There's a touchdown for the Patriots as the Vikings bring him down after the play is blown dead.
Oh, they were just celebrating with him, Spence. Lighten up a little bit. Who was that? Looks like Covington, Estevan Covington, maybe? No, that was.
Looks like it may have been Covington or Batson.
Touchdown!
Was it Batson?
It was 85. That was Estevan Covington,
That's Covington.
the senior.
Covington. I miscalled him last week. I thought he got a sack, and he didn't. It was Ben Sorto. But Covington, who broke his leg during the summer and was able to come back for the season, be back for the FCA game. They've kind of been easing him back into action. And great to see him be able to score there.
And the mercy rule runs with it being a 35-point advantage, and a 2-point conversion will not be attempted. It's a PAT. We'll see if the Patriots can make another one.
Martinez
practice here.
1 for 1 on the get some practice here. Sorry, I know where you were going with that.
And make that 1 for 3 on the night.
No, 2 for 3, Spence. It was tipped and it went through. Funny thing is, especially growing up here, I used to kick field goals on these posts. He's a lot better than me. I'll just say that.
Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. Dr. Sterling Foster. Visit drsterlingfoster.com for all your digestive issues and chiropractic needs. Chuck Miner Homes. Visit chuckminerhomes.com for the best home deals in Middle Tennessee. And by Symmetry Financial Group's Daniel Hoffmeister. Safety for your family. Clock still winding down with the mercy rule. And it's picked up, brought down at about the 20-yard line.
South Haven backups doing a great job of making a little noise, getting in the backfield, scoring, making the tackles. I mean, they're getting some experience, and that's what they need to do. And obviously I don't have a line to Coach Cooper to tell him that Lorenzo Curry needs some more touches. Because he needs some more touches.
Maybe they have a wire in their ear somewhere down there on the sideline. That would be pretty cool.
I'd love to find it. That's for sure.
Imagine if any of the coaches, that's what it is. The headsets that Lancaster and CCS use, they're listening to our broadcasts when we're there. They're not listening to the other coaches.
It's not that I'm predicting them correctly, Spence. Let's just go ahead and take the credit away. It's not that I'm predicting it correctly.
But you're about to go 2-0 on the night, huh?
Well. I don't know with what I just got.
But back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 9, maybe a yard gain, but looks like we got closer to a barn burner.
Spencer, how about a connection? Aiden Hooper, I'll have to look who number 5 is, but 20-yard touchdown pass, and 2-point conversions, no good. Heat and Lions are tied at 34 in the third quarter.
The main story of that game has been missed 2-point conversions. Because it would have been a lot higher scoring of a game had they been making them in the most recent time. But it's getting right down to the wire out there in Antioch. Both teams knowing how crucial it is to get that W. Lighthouse officially out of the playoffs if they take the loss. But the Heat, if they take a loss, not as dangerous.
Oh!
One-handed catch! Lorenzo
There's Curry. Didn't do anything.
Again.
Curry hasn't done anything all day, and he just made the best play of the game.
ESPN,
let's get it on a highlight reel. Is this a replay?
ESPN 8manextreme@gmail.com so we can give you something for Sports Center.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Just
whoop. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Bam.
You talk about Odell Beckham Jr. making big catches like that.
I was going to update who the touchdown pass for Lighthouse just. I don't even care now.
is more important with that big catch. Maybe spark some new life for the Vikings across the middle, incomplete.
Oh, they tried the diving catch to him.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
Curry.
55-20.
Cooking on 'em.
Curry getting that big catch, and maybe that's what the Vikings need. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by International Fire Protection Incorporated. Life safety is our business. And I'll answer for James Shannon, yes, sir. Grow, Live, Give. Visit growlivegive.com. Star Physical Therapy. Your health, our hands. Choose Star. And by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Fourth quarter begins here with
Sorry I blew y'all's eardrums out before that amazing play by Lorenzo Curry. I was going to mention, let's do this play.
another deep toss intended for Curry. Can't get the catch, just bounced off his shoulder pads there.
But what I was going to say is you talked about me going undefeated on the night so far, and or not undefeated, but, 2-0. Goolsby to Carter Sutton, 39-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. Heat lead the Lions 41-34.
So the Heat looking like they may be able to wrap up that game there. That's the third quarter.
Yeah, it's in the third quarter right now.
It's getting close down to
6
the
minutes
wire.
left.
So the mercy rule winding down 56-20. And stoppage on the field.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
On the defense. That'll be a 5-yard
Third down
penalty.
for the encroachment.
Still remaining. Third down.
Vikings getting a little early Christmas gift.
Way early for the Christmas gift. It's in September.
Nah, just a little.
I can understand Christmas in July, but in September, it's way too early. And Jerry Williams took the rush.
Jerry Williams. He was stopped by number 27, Great Virginia, the Patriots.
Now, fourth down and about 3.
Fourth down.
I think the Vikings go for it here, Spence.
Well, they have to. It's basically their last stand here in the fourth quarter. But the question is, do you try to give it to Curry on another one of those miracle catches, or do you try to run it up the middle?
Throw it to him.
Just give him a chance.
Just give him a chance. Like I've told y'all to do with IHateBuyingInsurance.com. Just give him a chance.
Telling you, man.
Just go see what they have to say.
Sheesh.
The way Curry jumped and grabbed
No,
that
no,
ball,
don't even start.
you'd have thought he was reaching for a Jets pizza, y'all.
Why was I thinking the same thing you were on that? And first down
got
for
it.
the Vikings. That was Jerry Williams again on the rush. So first down on about the 24-yard line. So
Good for the Vikings to get a little
Result of the run, it will
little
be a
morale
Viking
boost there.
first down.
Pick up the first down, keep the ball, keep the game rolling. Jerry Williams getting in there. But yeah. By the way, if anybody from Jets is listening, I will continue the campaign to bring back the BLT pizza. It has to happen.
I don't know if anyone specifically from Jets is listening to this.
At some point, someone will. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, that's my line.
We've been stealing each other's lines.
Williamson's, they're doing a little wildcat here.
Trying a little bit of wildcat. Shovel pass to Curry. Tries to get through the defense. Finally brought down.
A couple problems with the snap.
So Curry. That'll bring up a Vikings second down.
So we take a look at the first game of the season for Coach Jordan Cooper. He's in his second season, 4-3 overall. He took over as the head coach last year. Of course, 2017, the Vikings did not have a football program, but Cooper having a positive record right now, looking like it's about to go to 500. So nothing to be too ashamed of with only the 7 games that they played last year.
It's a sweet up close look at those jerseys.
It's great jerseys for the Vikings. There's a toss on the right side, incomplete.
If he could have caught that
Would've
and
been another-
still pulled off the front flip,
It's been another great one.
I think there would have been a campaign to get him on a team here in Middle Tennessee. They would have had to do whatever they needed to do to make that happen.
You know how many campaigns you're trying to launch right now?
Trying to launch a couple.
Coach Jason Zimmerman.
He's right there behind Covington.
In his 3rd season, they went 0-7 last year, so looking like they're about to go, I believe, 10-9 on his overall record after the 1 loss and 1 win from this season. Jason Zimmerman looking to lead his team back to the MTAC championship.
Penalty markers on
And
the field.
we very well might see that as we continue along. Another flag on the field.
South Haven keeping the ball rolling with their 2nd straight win. That's big.
Yeah, South Haven and the 2nd win big, especially when they're going to the big house.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
So you're saying they are going to the big house.
Not Michigan. Maybe they should play their game in Michigan. You could probably get some contacts over
There's
there.
some 8-man football in Michigan.
I'm just in the mindset because MTSU just played Michigan.
I saw somebody. I saw somebody from Illinois had played Wisconsin School for the Deaf. There's Williams again.
Williams again to the outside. He's got a little bit of open space. Finally brought down at about the 10-yard line. Ball fumbled out of bounds. It looks like they'll move the chains for a 1st and 10.
Just finding that corner. Everyone wasn't paying attention. He just snuck it off and took off.
But with only 6 minutes left and winding down, the Vikings have to get a score sooner than later if they want to stop the mercy rule. But it's now 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line.
First down.
And for South Haven, you want to get the stop here so that you can get the game over sooner than later.
Well, yeah, I mean, the quicker you get the ball back, TSD scores here, and they kill the mercy rule. If you're South Haven, you just want to run the clock out, get out of the game, no injuries. You start prepping for CCS. You got an extra day to do it, and they might need it.
That was some good scheduling on their part. 8-day separation between playing Christian Community, defending conference champions, and a touchdown by Carlion. But we have whistles blowing. We have several penalty markers on the field. They have. So the clock's still winding down and waiting for the call from our official. And this is probably going to be revoked.
Blocking the back. Offense. Replay. First.
So replaying first down on that. So blocking the back.
Well, maybe that was why there was a good run.
that may have been a huge contributor to it.
First down.
And we already talked about the helmet schedule, of course, and what the teams are looking like. But again, South Haven, they have a tough stretch at CCS. Then they host Bowling Green. They have a bye week, and then they travel to play against the Tennessee Heat. So they'll know what their playoff seeding is going to be with 2 weeks to prepare for it. But they have 1 week of off, and then they go to Riverside. They have 2 weeks to kind of prepare for the playoffs in case they're in, depending on how the Patriots do. But according to your predictions, they're either number 1 or number 2 seed.
Spencer, we have a barn burner in Mount Juliet, but we don't have one in Green Bay. No, in Chicago.
In Chicago.
7-3. Packers still lead the Bears.
So about 3:55 left to go in the game. Of course, we'll have the post game on our Instagram Live. Get an interview with most likely
If you aren't
Coach
following us on
Jason
Instagram,
Zimmerman.
Spencer,
Yes.
what are they doing?
They just got to the 10-yard line for about a.
No, if people aren't following us on our Instagram.
I don't know what they're doing with their lives.
Exactly.
Now 3rd down and 8. Probably watching the Bears Packers.
They might be doing some profitable things.
They're probably watching the Bears Packers game if they're not watching us right now. All 24 of you, thanks for choosing us over the NFL's Centennial Kickoff.
Big shout out to everyone from Tennessee School for the Deaf, whether it be an alumni or family, friends, choosing to tune in. Oh, boy.
We got another scoring update. We'll get that in just a moment. 3rd down and 9. Here's a deep toss on the right side to Curry. Can he make the catch, push off, and incomplete?
Pass is incomplete. Intended target number 22.
So 4th down and 9 as the clock continues to run.
Vikings, 4th down.
Down around 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. How about that? It's now a 2-score lead for the Heat. 48-34 in the 3rd quarter. Leading Lighthouse Christian. Looks like the Heat pick up their first win of the season.
Looks like they
Get out of the loss column.
and unfortunately for Lighthouse, that'll knock them out of the playoffs. So that means there's only
Potentially.
Well, because with their North record with Lighthouse,
Well, you're
most of the
right. That
season,
3 losses, yeah.
they will be 0-3, so they'll officially be out. I think there may be a minuscule chance if another team goes 0-3 in the North. If it were South Haven,
technically 1-3.
If South Haven lost all of their remaining games, technically the head-to-head, actually even head-to-head, yeah, Lighthouse would officially be eliminated from the postseason. And timeout called by the Vikings. 1:56 left. The Patriots are just trying to wrap it up here. Now clock continuing to wind down after the timeout, and that's a turnover on downs. Patriots are going to take over. That's the
Should
game.
do it. Well, South Haven just probably, I'd say probably one kneel down. Maybe 2 kneel downs, and that'll do it.
He will be a Patriot!
The Patriots will take over. We'll have the post game on our Instagram Live in just a moment. So make sure to tune into that as soon as we get on there.
And hopefully Spencer won't get doused again.
I didn't get doused.
Well,
actually.
you got out of the way. That's all
pretty
right.
distant. Again, that's why you have a waterproof case on your phone.
I kind of have one. Not really.
No, your case isn't waterproof.
Thanks
Not
for
at all.
telling me what my case is, Spence.
It's a cold case. So about 60 seconds left. I think the Patriots will just take one knee down here, and that'll end it. Final 60 seconds. The Patriots 2-1 on the season. They have one loss.
They might have to do 2 kneel downs, Spence.
Their one loss to Franklin Christian, which, of course, interdivisional doesn't matter.
Yep, they'll have to do one more. And that'll move them to 2-1 on the year.
And
2 wins in a row.
2 wins in a
Let's
row.
see. Coach Zimmerman, let's see if we can go on Gatorade watch.
I don't think anyone's going to dunk them this time.
No, nobody's grabbing the jugs.
At least it doesn't look like it. So about 20 seconds left.
They should. Hey, Spence, they dunked Crawley. Or they dunked Zimmerman last week. They should dunk Crawley. That'll do it.
Their offensive coordinator. 56-20, the final score. The Patriots get it done. And the Vikings, their first game of the year, take the loss. We're going down to the field for our post-game interview. Thank you for watching Kingdom.com. Extreme Game of the Week. Head over to Instagram Live.